Okay, you guys, what is up? The King of Lightning is here today to do One Piece episode 588 review. So, of course, before I get started, look down the description below for the link to this week's episode of One Piece, the Facebook fan page, the preview for the episode that's going to come out next week, One Piece episode 589, and, of course, One Piece official on the description down below. That's number one. And number two, and this is going to be like a new thing for like all anime reviews I do permanently, because you know, you gotta notify these motherfuckers that, hey, this isn't yours. So, that being said, no Japanese company, network, or corporation has any claim to this video. The thumbnail is an original photo which belongs to none of you. Alright? The thumbnail is an original photo which belongs to none of you. The visuals are me. You do not own me. And the audio is a soundtrack, homemade, with me speaking over that soundtrack because it's in the background. This video follows the rules and regulations that are set by YouTube. Alright, okay, now, that being said, alright? This week's episode of One Piece, alright? Basically, like in an overall brief nutshell, it's, we start off where we end off last week, alright? Luffy winds up running into Law. He's like, yo, Law, and Law's like fucking Mugiwara, so you know, they meet up, and then they talk about a few things here and there. Then Tashigi comes in there after his room has dissipated, and then she sees Smoker on the ground. Luffy and the others, well, no, before they proceed to retreat, she proceeds to charge Law again, which is like not a smart move. And then the funny part was that like they hyped this part up mad. Like they hyped this shit up. It was like like Tashigi's gonna go in there and like fight against Law. It's gonna be epic. Like they had the soundtrack going in like dun 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 dun. Fail. Fail. It was a slaughter. It was basically Law room and he pokes out the souls. Cause he can do that. He pokes out the souls of Tashigi and Smoker, then switches them. Not their hearts, remember. He already has Smoker's heart. So he can't switch their hearts. He switched their souls. So just, you know, flip. Oh, Law so fucking hacks, bro. It's like, yeah. That's crazy, man. Because, like, when I think about it, when I think about it, Law's room is a type of form of matter manipulation. But at the same time, it is pretty magical in regards to other Delta Fruits, because other Delta Fruits, they don't have that much magical properties at all. Some of them don't. Like the Logia scheme, there's no magical properties whatsoever, none. They are the embodiment of the element itself. And the Paramecia, we have a few magical types here and there, like Perona. In the zone category, like the only magical zones I've seen thus far are the Mystic Zoans. Like saying Goku, he's a Mystic Zoan human Buddha, and then Marco's a Phoenix, so he's magical. And Law, he's a magical Paramecia, and which is rare because we don't get to see a lot of magical Paramecia. At least I don't think so. I don't think so. But yeah, I don't think so. But the thing is that, like, on one hand, it is a form of matter manipulation. That's true. But on the other hand, it's like he can switch out their souls, and souls don't consist of matter. You feel me? Souls are like, you know, things that reside in the astral plane, and even then he can manipulate things in the astral plane. Which, what does that mean? That means that you could argue that Law could actually, like, for example, if Law were to fight against Perona, you could argue that Law could control Perona's ghost, because if he can manipulate people's souls, which are astral things, then ghosts, which are also astral things, can be controlled in his room. You feel me? Like I just, you know, it's fucking Law, man. It's fucking Law. These guys, room, yeah, and it's over. So it's like, fuck, all right. But that's, you know, that's the other shit. And then getting onto that, Luffy, like Law tells Luffy and others, okay, well, I'll meet you guys around the back of the laboratory, and they do so. Law goes inside the laboratory, and then after that, like that's the last time we see him up until the end of the episode, right? Stutter. That's the last time we see Law up until the end of the episode. Now, we go over to Luffy. Luffy meets up with the rest of the Straw Hats after Kinemon displays his ability, which we don't know what it is exactly. It's kind of like some weird like ninja thing going on, but he's able to like take rocks and other materials and to change them into clothes. So we don't know what it is yet. Even in the manga, we don't know what it is, but we'll get to that later. And then he gives all the children and Nami and Sanji warm clothes. And then what happens is that as Luffy and others, they proceed to like reach the other Straw Hats. Sanji starts to, he starts to take a peep. He starts, he's like, eh. He's like, eh. And then Nami inside Frankie's body is like, fucking nope. And a little bit too hard. She's out. Well, she is out on some weird she-male type body switch thing. Whatever, fuck it. And then after that, they proceed to talk inside one of the rooms where Sanji wakes up inside Nami's body. And then, he's still doing his thing. And then, of course, she tells him, well, before that, Kinemon gets his legs back. Not his torso, he gets his legs back. And they deliberate about what's going on in full Usopp. Like, he actually, like, deliberates to the rest of the actual Straw Hats what's going on. Like, like, what's happened up until this point in time. And after that, it's revealed to the rest of the Straw Hats that Law, he's a Shichibu guy. And then what's happening is that, okay, well, they deliberate as to who's who. And lo and behold, Sanji, he takes advantage of this. After smoking a cigarette that Nami gives him, he's like, Nami-san, we are Nami-san. And it's like, okay, alright. And so that was pretty fun right there. And then, of course, we already know that this samurai, alright, he's saying how he wants to go and find his kid, Momonosuke. And Momonosuke, he should be there, but he's not there. But apparently, according to the kids, there's other kids in the laboratory elsewhere, like newcomer kids. So this samurai's son is probably amongst these new kids. And then after that, we go from there to the Marines, where Tashigi and Law flipped. Where Tashigi and Smoker have flipped. Tashigi in Smoker's body looks actually doesn't look that bad at all. Like, but still timid. And Smoker in Tashigi's body, it was like, whoa. Because it was like Smoker said fuck it. Like he just said fuck it. It was like there was one shot where it was pure cleavage. It was like nothing but cleavage. It was like yo, like these Japanese dudes are too horny. They're too fucking horny for their own sakes. Like they can't keep their dicks in their pants. It's like they gotta show like this like at least 10 seconds of just pure cleavage, just pure like Tashigi cleavage. And it's funny too, because like when you see Tashigi like regularly, she never showcased any of that because it was never prominent in Tashigi. You feel me? Like amongst all of the One Piece girls, she never had like a prominent bust. And now when you see Smoker in the body, it's like fuck, and like they just expand her shit, and it's like whoa, it's like oh. So I mean, I'm just saying, there's no way that you can't notice it because they made it so that you had to notice it. And then after that, he talks about the person who's probably run this whole entire charade, and that is this person named Caesar Clown, aka Master. And then Law walks in, he's like, "Yo, Caesar, I gotta talk to you," and then that's what the episode ends. So the episode overall, all right. So first of all, when it comes to animation, the animation was, again, it was okay. I remember when I talked about this in the episode review that I did last week. Someone said how, look, the animation is never going to really get better because of the fact that they know. They Toei Animation, they know that no matter what happens, people are always going to watch One Piece anime. So there's no incentive for them to actually make the anime better. That makes a lot of sense. That actually makes a lot of fucking sense. And I hate to say it, but this guy's probably right. I mean, like, they could easily just put more revenue into actually creating better anime. Especially during these fight scenes, where it's like, the anime should be like amazing. But I mean, yeah, I mean they have. It's not like they don't have the money. They do it. They do. But they don't do it for One Piece. And because again, they know for a fact that no matter what happens, people are always gonna wind up seeing One Piece anime on a weekly basis. So he's right. So the animation for this episode is gonna be okay. The pacing was fairly okay. It was fairly okay. Not good, but fairly okay. Like above okay a little bit. Because we did find out who this guy was. And his name is Caesar Clown. And we now know and we see the progression about how the Strats are meeting up with one another, and they understand. Well, they sort of. When I say sort of, I mean that everyone but Luffy understands what's going on here full. Luffy, he was like fucking around with the kids, like yeah, snowball fight. But he understands most of it. I think. I hope. And then of course knowing that Smoker and Tashigi's body have also flipped, and so there was progression, but it wasn't the greatest amount of progression. Character-wise, it was whatever. Like, to be honest, it was whatever. And the parts I liked the most, honestly, like the part that I found the most intriguing out of all the parts. I mean, despite the fact that Sanji, you know, because Sanji, he's my favorite character in the show. Sanji, he was funny as fuck when it came to the whole entire, you know, we are Nami, yeah, you know, like, it was funny. It was funny. But of course, my favorite part is just once again Law schooling Tashigi. It's like Tashigi, she let her emotions take control of her, and then she just rushed Law. And when you rush Law without thinking, you're fucked. It's just the way it is. Room, and it's over. It's like you're fucked. So that in my opinion was the best part in the episode by far, in my personal opinion. And I mean, I'll leave it at that. The episode overall, I'll probably give it okay. Like, it was just an okay, mediocre episode of One Piece. You know, it wasn't anything too special, wasn't anything too great. But seeing it as how we did find out the name of the mastermind of this whole entire operation, Caesar Clown, according to Smoker, is a former colleague of Dr. Vegapunk. And so right there, that does lead us to what's going on with these kids. Because remember, if he's a former colleague of Dr. Vegapunk, then this person is a scientist. Dr. Vegapunk is a scientist. He's a former colleague of Dr. Vegapunk, and thus he himself is a scientist as well. And this could also explain as to why these children are so lopsided, as to why they're so, you know, why they alterate in, like, size so much. Yeah. So, I mean, we'll leave it at that. But that was, like, so those two parts, in my opinion, were the best parts. Number one, the scene where Law, once again, just spanks the shit, just, you know, like he literally bends over his knees, and it's like, stop. Just, like, stop. Just stop it. On that old school shit. And then number two being the reveal of Caesar Clown. But that's it. Those are the only two good parts, in my opinion. And the rest were, like, okay and, like, okay plus. So the episode I'll just give okay, because overall it was just okay episode. It really was. So, and my ears ring, I don't know why. I'm going crazy. I hate that. Don't you fucking hate that when, like, you're talking, or, like, you're just reading a book, or, like, you're just chilling, and then your ear starts to fucking ring for no damn reason. Like, you think that there's aliens in your fucking mind, like, yeah, man, probe, yeah. It's fucking weird, man. It's still ringing. I don't know. Fuck. Alright, okay, I'm done. King Lightning. Be sure, of course, rate, comment, and subscribe as always, and I'm signing out. Peace. Have a nice day. Salute.